The August identity crisis. You ever open up your fridge in August and find popsicles next to prepped lunchboxes, or walk into your laundry room and see a beach towel draped over a backpack? That's August. It's the only month where you're sunburned and scheduling both school and business meetings all at the same time. And in my house, it's a real life sitcom. You heard me right. My college daughter is packing those IKEA bins, baskets, checking in with her roommate to see if she's already bought that espresso machine and air fryer, and also what kind of TV and patio furniture. You get my drift. That's all about that apartment college life, right? While on my other hand, my high schooler is staring at her new schedule, wondering what her junior year is going to turn out, and also getting her room ready for the new school year. While we're eating dinner at 8 p.m. one night and then we're waking up at like 5 the next to beat all the traffic and just life in itself, right? It's like our household is living in two different seasons, two different worlds. But here's the truth, the messy middle. It's actually a beautiful window for a reset. Let's dive right in. Hey friends, welcome back to Organizing with Ease. I'm your host, Deanna Mall. And if you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, my friends, you know we're all about making life feel a little lighter, a little calmer, and a lot more doable step by step, little by little. So this is our second part of Simplify August series, and this week is going to be back to routine, forward with a purpose. You heard me right. We're going to talk about easing back into school without the overwhelm, about honoring what's left of summer while we're still prepping for what's ahead. And of course, I'll be sharing real life tips from our home and my client experiences to help you feel grounded and organized without pressure. August is like a layer cake, maybe like a 3-layer cake. One layer is sunscreen and leftover sparklers. Second layer is new sneakers, runs to Target, who knows where else, and back to school paperwork. Layer 3, random beach plans that keep popping up whenever you're already exhausted. It's a blend of fun and function, and that's okay. You don't have to choose one or the other. You don't have to be ready, you just have to begin, by Mel Robbins. So how do we begin? So let's try what I would call the 2+1 rule. Each week, aim to complete 2 tasks for now, some fun, or something that maintains your current routine, and 1 task for next, like transitioning your space or getting ready for school. Here's a real example that I wanted to share with you. Last weekend, I brewed my favorite iced coffee. You heard me right, because this is my new thing now that I discovered over the summer is iced coffee. I finally washed the beach towels from our last trip and placed an order of coffee pods for my daughter's new espresso machine. Just 3 things, but it felt like progress. It honored summer and respected what's coming next. You don't need to overhaul your house in one weekend. You just need to keep moving forward at your pace. So back to school energy hits differently based on the age, right? Preschool drop-offs, grad school move-ins, totally different, but both chaotic. This is where a command center or a center, a place that becomes your best friend. For my daughter in high school, we cleaned up last year's area. Yes, we did. We swapped out everything. We updated everything on the phone because that's everything is about the school apps here, which I think is lovely. We did add a couple of things in her room that she wanted because she has her desk in her room and she has a board up on her wall. And so she did it all. She created it. It's beautiful. She's ready for the new school year, 2025, 2026. We are ready to go. It's simple, but it tells her brain, our brain, my brain, your brain, this is how we will handle school, right? Even with the agenda that you might have or planner. Now, for my college student who's moving into an apartment this year, we got clever. We did get a rolling cart system for her bathroom because we did need to make that more of like a space saver for her, for the toiletries, for her cleaning supplies. We also got a little bit creative as well to get a bin for the desk area as well to give her some space for the notebooks and also for all the other desk accessories that she needed. It was easy, it was organized, easy to transport, and it makes unpacking way less stressful. Hey there, want to simplify your summer in just 10 minutes a day? Our Summer 10 bonus podcast series is now available, but it's private and only for our insiders. 2 exclusive episodes packed with practical organizing tips, travel prep hacks, and systems for your home, plus a downloadable workbook with slides and checklists. But of course, get private access now just for $9. Link is in the show notes. Don't miss out. Now back to today's episode. According to the National Retail Federation, families are expected to spend over $890 on back to school items in 2025. So if you have more than one child, you can see how the dollar amounts can probably even double. That's a lot of money, and getting organized avoids duplicate purchases, panic buys, or what we always seem to sometimes have run into is that last minute runs, right? So create something you might call like out the door checklist. It's a simple, keep it by the exit. So when you need to, bring things, you need to do your water bottle, you bring your school ID, homework folder, any signed forms. It's easy and it's also great. It's one stop, it's powerful, and it eliminates 90% morning chaos. On top of that, what's also a good thing is to always pack the backpack and charge your electronics the night before so that you do have everything together and it's easier in the morning to grab what you need and have that less panic in as far as forgetting things. As I say, those aha moments right before the bus or you need to leave. Oh my gosh, I forgot I needed or I need this. So if you give yourself a little grace and pack your backpack and get everything done the night before, again, it's a game changer. So let's talk about picking one space, just one. Look for signs of summer that no longer serve you, like those beach toys cluttering the hallway, sandals that no one's worn in about weeks because of the fact that we're getting ready for the school year, a cluttered homework corner still stuck in June. Set a timer for 15 minutes. Just sort. No need to finish, just start. So I had a client of mine who had 5 pool bags at the front door. Yes, 5, one for each child. But so 4 children, and the fifth one is for her. So once we tucked them away into a bin into the garage, the energy in her home was completely shifted. That tiny action made her feel like summer wasn't running the show any longer. So, time to let go. Those crumpled old beach hats. I don't know. You might want to donate them. What about maybe recycling or giving it to somebody? Last year's dried out markers and pens. Toss them. If you haven't gone through them, might as well start now. Get it over with. Maybe those camp crafts that have already been fading and they are fading, recycle. And remember, take a photo. It lasts forever. Encourage your kids to help, of course, age appropriate. Give them bins to label, keep, donate, and the decide factor. Maybe actually create it like a maybe pile. This builds decision making muscles without turning it into a battle. You also want to check your office, your desk office, or your home office also. Make sure that you have your pens and your pencils and any of those other desk accessories that you use. See if you need to replenish. It's also a good time to also revisit that area as well, especially if you have your home office. Now let's start creating those systems that support your current needs. A backpack bin in the entryway, or maybe in the mudroom or the laundry room, right? A digital folder for your school files or those forms that you have to fill out and complete for your child. Maybe you need to complete one for each child. So that makes it even better if you have digital folders labeling by each child. That's what I do as well. And then also you can create a family calendar. You can do it on Google, which is super easy and everyone has it on their phones. And you can color code it if you would like. One client of mine had an amazing system and she called it the morning reset basket for each child. So just picture this. Inside, she had, and based, of course, by the child and their age, a charger, a deodorant, a wallet, favorite pen. Everything they seem to tend to forget is always right there and it was ready to grab. Something to consider. It might work for you, it might not, but a reset basket for each child or even for yourself. Something to think about. Easy grab and go. This is, once you get these systems in place, again, the last is always the hardest, and that is the daily maintenance. Take your moment. after dinner, before bed, right after work, just 10 minutes. So for me, my maintenance typically for at night when I do my pickup is right after I've done my kitchen cleanup, because as we all know, I do my kitchen for sure, getting ready for the next day and for the night. And then I do take at least 10 minutes after I do my kitchen just so that I can get that already wrapped up in my head of what I need to do. But I typically do it right before I go to bed. So I know that I just pick up real quick, organize, put back, and then I can go to bed peacefully and at ease. It might be, you might be, what do we do in those 10 minutes? I don't know. You sort through papers, you put back your TV remote, tossing out wrappers or whatever you might find in your TV room, right? Fluffing up those pillows, putting the blankets away. Small resets. No massive weekend overhauls. That's it, just a small reset. Now we have talked all about that. We're going to talk about fall decor. You heard me right because again, it's August, but the pumpkins are already out. You walk into Target for the glue sticks and you walk out with, I don't know, plaid napkins and cinnamon scented candles and maybe some Halloween deco somewhere in between. But here's the real questions. Do you really need more of them? Or do you just need to reimagine what you already have? So here's something you can think about. It's just a think about, it's just a thought. You don't need to do it, but maybe if you would consider doing like a fall swap box, only 5 items, and you're going to be like, what are you talking about? Well, it's early fall, and we do kind of want to change the season, especially here in the 305. We still are always in summer mode, it seems like, but sometimes when September and October roll around, I kind of want to change out things, and I definitely do change out my door wreaths. So one of the things you could do is you could change out your, throw that you might have, a warmed tone throw for the living room. You might want to gingerly throw in there maybe a different candle. So maybe you want to have like a scented fall candle. What about a vase? Because, for me, I just love my flowers, weekly flowers. And just changing out the vase just to make it somewhat of a fall feel, that could be it as well. That is when September hits and it's ready and it's intentional. Again, it's just small something now that we are in August to get you going for the fall. Americans spend an average of $1,598 per year on home decor, according to a recent report by Open Door. This includes like pillows, plants, artwork, and other decorative elements to spruce up their living spaces. Millennials tend to spend about 23% more on home decor than the baby boomers. Just a fun stat I wanted to share with you. Decorating should feel like peace, not pressure. Instead of buying more, ask what still brings me joy, quote unquote, happiness, a great feel, the vibe in your home, and what already feels like fall to me. So let's take a deep breath together. You don't have to conquer August, you just have to keep showing up with clarity and with care. Here's your challenge. We want to refresh one area. Again, one area, a closet corner, a drawer, your morning setup, because we are now transitioning into a different schedule, a daily routine. Our schedules are going to be shifting because we are no longer in summer mode. So think about that morning setup. How is it going to be? Do you have to wake up earlier? Do you have to do this? Do you have to do this? Try the 2+1 rule to balance fun and forward the momentum. Then try to get creative in what you already own before you buy anything new. Just saying, you might have something like a basket or a bin or a drawer that you might be able to say, you know what, I could use this in a better fashion for me now going forward. You'd be surprised of how just repurposing something that you already have in your home makes a huge difference. I had a client call me and call me first and then say to me, I need to text you what I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to let you know what happened. And this is what happened. She texted me. I didn't do everything, but I set up my systems that we had talked about, so we're not running around like maniacs every morning anymore. That's the win. It's not about doing it all. It's about doing what matters one piece at a time. You got this, my friend. Till next week.
If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe to Organizing with Ease podcast on your favorite podcast platform and leave us a review. Your feedback helps us grow and reach more listeners like you who are passionate about living their best lives. And remember, a new episode comes out every Thursday at 8 a.m. So mark your calendar and join us. Until next week, take care and keep shining bright.